And we're live! Hello, welcome back to the INVICTUS stream. My name is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I'm here once again with my lovely and talented wife, Mrs. Jo Guthrie. How you doing tonight, lover?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, and we are here with the talented, hilarious, one of my favorite people ever, Mr. James Schwartz.
Hello, everyone. Long time no see.
And we are here with the one and only Mr. Gary Furlong.
I know you want high energy. You're not going to get it. Not for me.
And tonight,
not tonight.
we bring you our one-shot RPG called Sink Me.
Oh no, the sound effects aren't working.
Oh.
Oh yeah, not on my end either.
Okay. Well, I'll just
Here,
you know
no,
what?
go do it again. Do it again. Do the sync me.
Imagine there's applause.
I was appropriately pausing. So,
Yeah, it was good.
You know, I feel like I gave the right amount of space anyway.
People
good.
can just insert their own applause at home.
Yeah.
Just insert your own applause.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember how I did it. You know, sometimes you do things and you set them up like forever ago, and then you're like, oh, they don't work anymore, and then you don't really remember why.
Could you teach yourself all over again?
Yeah, it's because we haven't streamed in long enough.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
Sorry, everyone.
No, it's okay.
There it is.
Yay!
Sorry about the scream stream.
There we go.
Now we can't hear.
Now we can't hear you guys. Yeah, this is great. We're having a wonderful time.
What I did instead of minimize the application is I exited it like a fucking professional. I was like, I figured this out now. Don't need it. Exit. Oops.
Professionals.
I work in sound.
Just professionals doing
anyway,
professional things.
Welcome back. Blah, blah, blah. The other thing that's weird about this is the sound effects sound super quiet to me, but I think they're really loud out there.
It's a good volume, I would say.
I hope it's very quiet also.
I hope it's super
just really,
fucking
really quiet.
loud just to make everything uncomfortable. Anyway, we're back. It's been a little while since we've done some RPG action. And we're excited to hang out with all of y'all. If this is your first time watching the INVICTUS stream, we occasionally do RPG streams like these. Lately, we've been doing a lot of video games because it's easier, frankly, to get some community content and time hung out with our friends when we get to play some games. But tonight, I'm really excited to be stepping back because it's been a little while. How's everybody been? How have you been, Gary?
I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty all right. Pretty good. Pretty nice. I do have an update. It's not a good one. It's interesting. It's interesting, right? I was diagnosed with very mild sleep apnea.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my goodness gracious me. Now, okay, I say mild, right? 1 to 5, you're good. I'm 6.5.
No.
And so they're like, you got to get the machine. You got to do it. So I do have the elephant machine on my face now, and I notice zero difference. As of yet, I've only had it for like 2 weeks. I think it's like 2 weeks.
Does your wife notice a difference though?
No, they're real quiet. But like,
Okay.
if anyone's ever used it, it puts the air at such a pressure that I only have the nose mask, right? So if you keep your mouth closed, barely feel anything. If you open your mouth, the air loops around and flies out your mouth. It's like, ah!
So when you say good morning, you're like,
like if I was facing my wife in bed, it's like,
oh no,
like a vortex coming out. But I will say not
That's
to like
great.
hog all the time, but the options for sleep apnea, right, are varied. One is a mouth guard that's extremely expensive that forces your jaw forward. I was like, I don't want to do that. The other is something that's very popular on the television these days called Inspire. And it's like no mask, no mouth guard, no fuss. It's a little thing that attaches here on your chest. And it would seem like, well, what is that on my chest? It's a wire in your body that, like, I don't know what it attaches to. But when the thing on your chest is like, dude, you're not breathing, what it does is it sends an impulse to your tongue and it sticks your tongue out. What? And that's how it was explained to me by the doctor. And I was like, no. So I was like, that. And then
is that also surgery or something, or like?
I did not inquire beyond
so
sticking out your tongue. Because what if you're at a
That's
speaking
so
engagement and you're like,
hello.
I want someone
What happens if you need to hold your breath for like swimming or some shit?
how
You
does it
can't.
go? You like,
I didn't even think about that. You're like fighting your tongue.
yeah. So correct me if I'm wrong, people in the comments, but that's what I was told.
Don't
so I said
Gary.
I'll do the
We must
elephant machine.
preserve
No, that's
his
correct. We're
understanding
keeping it.
under a bell jar. Just keep it like that. Distinct,
Yeah.
perfect forever.
Yeah.
awesome.
Wow. So
Yeah.
so
What an adventure it was.
I would probably pick the same one.
Robots
Yeah.
these days.
Robots these days. You
Mhm.
can never
What
trust
can't
them.
they do?
That's awesome, I guess. I mean,
Sorry
good.
about your sleep apnea,
Yeah, sorry about your
but
sleep
Yeah.
apnea, I suppose.
I mean, it's so mild. I was like, do
Yeah.
I need it? And of course they're like,
6.5.
well, yes, get it.
Yeah.
Of
Well,
course
it's
you
America.
do.
They want to get money from it. I'm guessing though that it's not like sleep apnea is the one that if you don't breathe you die or something, right? Like,
no,
well,
it
that's
just
normal.
makes you more tired and stuff, right?
Yeah, but essentially what it does is you stay in light sleep for the entirety of your sleep because you stop breathing. Your heart says, "Oh no, I'm not breathing. I'll pump more blood around to kind of create a panic response and get you breathing again," which puts the heart under pressure, inflames the system, can lead to any and all kind of weird complications in life later on if you don't correct it when you find out you have it.
So you never get to REM, basically.
Never get to deep, never get to REM sleep. So you're just kind of hovering on light sleep, and your body's like, "This sucks." And to fix
James,
it,
don't
it has
you
to.
haven't you had sleep apnea issues too?
Yeah, they told me I had it, and then they didn't do anything about it. No, they said I had a slightly deviated septum, and I could
Oh.
get a nose job to fix it.
Oh,
Hmm.
And then
no,
I did.
like no other. Have you tried
That
No
was
other
that was
thing.
the only thing they recommended to me. Was like,
as a
yeah, you
side
need a
note, I
nose
do
job.
have a plastic surgeon business.
Yeah.
Just slide this card over to you. And...
My doctor was a dentist who was like, "We're gonna fit you for the mouth guard today. It's gonna cost $7,000." And I was like,
Whoa!
what? How much again? And they're like, "What? What did you say? Let's just
What did
get
you
fitted
say?"
for that mouth guard."
Holy shit!
No.
No, yeah, hard pass.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, for
not at
real.
all.
Wow.
Well, we're all dreaming of you, Gary.
I'll be rooting for you.
We're rooting for Gary versus sleep apnea machine round 1.
I just love
Ooh,
the
new
idea,
RPG idea.
that you open your mouth and it forcefully exhales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sleep,
like-
it's not a sleep paralysis demon, it's a sleep apnea demon.
Mhm.
You know
Yeah.
what? Three micro RPGs in a row. I'm gonna run one day. It's gonna be whatever James's character was invents drifting, whatever that was. Remember he was
Billy
like,
Billy invents
Billy
drifting.
invents drifting.
Yeah.
Gary versus sleep apnea, and the longest of the three, Megan Shepherdson, which I know still hangs around. I don't think she watches anymore, but basically once watched an RPG stream in the bath, and I said I was going to run Bath the RPG, and it has forever been kicking around my mind.
That's
What
dope.
Bath the RPG? So I'll run all three in a micro session.
Perfect.
That'd be good.
Do it.
What about you, James? What's up with you? I mean, we know the door's shut on Dimension
Yeah,
Door.
Dimension Door is shut down, and I have more time and energy and stuff to do, so it's good. Yeah.
Right sound
Yeah.
effect? I don't know. It's not
That
boo.
I was
seems
gonna-
fair.
Suggest, do we have
Like
taps? Can
bittersweet.
we play taps?
I got this.
do-
Wait. No.
Neither of those.
Neither of those are appropriate.
Yeah, but like a combination of all of those, I think, is quite appropriate.
Oh,
Good,
wait.
good.
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah, Dimension Door's last episode.
Yeah.
But on the plus side, now listeners can hear the full, complete kind of, package
The
of what you have.
saga.
And you're open to try and do many more things like more Invictus streams and hanging out.
Yeah,
with your friends.
that's kind of been the silver lining of it all, is like still being able to come on here and play RPGs and be part of kind of that kind of community, which is the thing that I was really like afraid of missing when we decided to go ahead and close Dimension Door. So I'm really excited to be here. I'm really
Yeah,
really
well,
glad
we're
I get
happy
to be
to-
part of this.
Well, we're happy to have you, and excited people who are watching now get amped for a James game campaign that I'm sure you're going to run on here this summer if you're down. I mean, I know
Hell
you're
yeah.
always talking about something because it'd be so great.
Role-playing
just-
James.
Role-playing
Role-playing
James.
I mean, how haven't we done that before?
Patent it. It's
Patented,
TM,
saved,
TM.
TM. Cool. And then obviously with us, we got the baby on the way, but that's more personal.
I'm
stuff.
pregnant.
Pregnant.
Should I show everyone my
Pregnant.
giant
Do
belly?
show everyone your giant belly.
Should we do a belly update?
Do a belly
Ready?
update. Show it.
Oh, all of us?
Wow.
Yay!
Hey, that might stand in the way.
There's a baby in there.
Oh shit!
Fight it!
Kicking.
Yeah, baby's in there.
Baby's
with vitamin
been
D, and we are
Kicking.
having a good time. Beyond
That's
that,
great.
obviously we got Malevolent is always coming out. New episode. I don't know. Sometime.
Next Wednesday.
I don't know. New chapter is out now.
We released a new episode last night, so there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, new public
New chapter.
episode. So new public episode. I don't know. I might delay it till August 1st just because I can, because I make the show. New episode of Dice Shame comes out tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
New if you like sci-fi horror, all 7 episodes of Divisor are out now. You can check that out, divisor.ca.
If you like meta content, Ren just did an amazing interview with Harlan about Divisor. Definitely check it out if you're a fan of the show. Ren was an excellent interviewer.
Fantastic.
And I hear Harlan did well as a subject.
But yeah, if you're a patron, you can listen to that interview now. A huge shout out to Ren. You can check them out at adrianbrook.com, substack.com. Sorry.
Adrian Brook.
Adrian Brook, ADRIENBROOKE. .substack.com. Did I do that right?
You should put a little scrolly in the bottom.
Adrian.
A little long.
.substack. Did I do that right? I can't spell.
This is good content.
Yeah, this is great content. Yeah, that's it. I'll put a little scrolling on the thing. Check it out. Fantastic person, fantastic interviewer. Probably watching now. So,
hi, Ren. Yeah, Ren's on the Discord. There we go.
So check that out. Patrons can listen to the interview, but anyone can go check out their Substack and follow. And they also did a Divisor movie playlist thing.
Yeah, that was cool.
As well as a bit of a written review and stuff. Lots of cool stuff. I can only take so much of stuff complimenting me though, so I skim it and kind of like, okay, too into my.
He gets shy.
But that's that. I think that's it from us. Other than that, Extra Life will be coming up soon. If you're going to Fan Expo in Toronto, you have a chance to visit us. I say chance only because we're limited to a few seats. Or not a few seats, we're limited to a number of seats. But if you are coming to Toronto, there's a link on the Discord under Fan Expo that you can just let us know your email and stuff, and we'll give you the details of where we're meeting up. But that's it. I think we should play a game. What?
I did want to say, Extra Life, you owe the people a reward.
Yeah, that's coming soon. The
Stay
second
tuned.
reward for Extra Life is coming up. It's we're using it as a promo to do Extra Life again this year, which is going to be October 3rd this year, I think.
Instead of November, because we're gonna have
a baby.
We'll have a 2-week-old at that point.
Yeah. So I think October 7th.
7th. Yeah.
So normally Extra Life is November 4th. We are doing our own Extra Life October 7th. All goes to the same charity. All goes to the same thing. We're just bumping it up a month early.
Yep.
Because the baby's due 6 days after that. So if we pushed it until November 4th. Yeah, if we pushed it November 4th, then the baby is probably gonna be 3 weeks old.
But
so
really, with
Joe's
babies,
really, really
how do you
pregnant,
know?
Or what?
How do you know? How do you know what babies are gonna do?
Fucking babies.
You don't.
Maybe
There's
I'll go into labor
science.
that day and we'll
Science hasn't figured babies out.
We don't know what they are.
We
All
don't
we
know
know-
anything about them. We don't know where they come from.
I know where baby
we don't know
oil
what they
comes from.
eat.
Face strips.
Hi.
I don't know what they eat. They're all around my house. I have no idea.
Where do they keep coming from?
They just show up at my door and I let them in because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna leave a kid out in the world. That's where
Migrating droves
wild
of
cats
babies.
are.
Yeah, and wild babies, and they're tough.
Yeah.
Those wild babies.
Yeah, you don't want a baby growing up on the streets like that because
You
they're
don't want a baby on the streets. They got baby knives and
Yeah.
baby fucking street fighting.
It's real tiny knives.
really tiny.
They're very cute.
Yeah, the miniature baby blacksmiths. That's where the money is. If you're a baby on the street, become a blacksmith.
That's right, baby
They're just
blacksmiths.
born full like.
I
You know
don't
what?
want-
Enter the trades, babies.
Yeah.
Running out of plumbers. We need baby plumbers.
That's right. That's right. Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
If you're around, if you're around this weekend, Harlan and I are probably gonna spooky stream.
Yeah, probably spooky
Ooh.
stream Friday night.
Probably. So if you like watching Harlan play video games and me adding my
True.
fucking 2 cents every now and then,
Which I love.
come along
Actually,
for
we're
the
playing
ride.
a really good one called Killer Frequency, so we'll probably finish that.
Yeah, that's a good
I
one.
really like that. Anyway, let's do the damn thing. because I am excited, and Joe dressed up, and
I put so much effort
Gary
in,
and
guys.
James did too, in my mind.
I did.
Wait.
Yep.
Wait.
Sure did.
No. Where is
I've
it?
got a thing on my shoulder. It's
Oh, that's very
long thing.
piratey.
on my shoulder.
You played a character on a shoulder.
That's true.
Oh yeah, it was him actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
got
isn't that
a
the
special
captain?
instrument.
All right. Without further ado, let us jump in to Sync Me. The Queen Lady of the Mistress She set sail from Nassau Port in late December. Her captain, Captain Brawl of Barney, was a man with a quest. You'd all heard of his exploits among the sea urchins of Delamar or the wet scully of East Pond Gully, and because of this, you felt he was a man to be trusted. Your captain. He promised treasure, the greatest treasure a pirate could ever dream of. He led you out to sea, to the sunken wreck of some unnamed battle, and for 3 long weeks he scoured the depths with his diving bell, while you sat, drunk, sun-bleached and bored. As the grog ran thin, and the hard tack became rat-infested, just as the rumblings of mutiny began, Brawl returned. Late one evening from the depths, soaking wet, but with a smile that you'd never seen before. And a chest. It was unlike anything you'd ever known, though you'd only got a glimpse of it. It was a deep, violet chest with black iron, and one without a keyhole. The captain hauled it to his quarters and locked the door. The man spent 3 weeks looking for it. He was afforded a moment alone, but the moment turned into an hour, and then another. And as the sun set and the seas calmed, the men grew restless. You've been promised a cut. So where is it? The 3 of you and the 4 other men of the Queen Lady of the Mistress She agreed to meet at midnight out on the top deck to decide what to do about the captain and his stored treasure. Joe, your character is the first to step out from the under halls. You see the captain's quarters still locked at the far end of the ship. Mutiny needs to be discussed far away from his quarters. The moon illuminates the sea around you. Who do we see stepping out from below?
Glennie Reef is a swaggering sea dog. She's got a giant pregnant belly, and she refuses to acknowledge it. She's got a coat on that is patchwork, and all of the different patches are pieces of flags of different pirate ships that she has personally scuttled. She's got matted brown hair that hang down, and there's a scorpion on her shoulder.
Like a living scorpion?
Yeah.
Or like a tattoo?
No, it's a living.
Okay, fair enough.
And she looks to either side, make sure that there's no one around who's going to breathe a word of this to the captain.
Yeah. As you head out, you see two others sort of come out from the underhalls. One, Valentine Greaves, a female swashbuckler. You know her to be an impatient sort, someone who often wants her cut. And another sort of standing behind her, often behind her, Arnie Fistfoot. He's sort of a big, dumb, sweet, but often hungry pirate. And behind you, you hear the steps coming up. Sure enough, it's Red Legs Greaves. You turn around to see him. Gary, who are we looking at?
So Red Legs Greaves is the ship cook. Called Red Legs because before I was head cook, I was a line cook. And I spilled the pasta sauce all down my front one day. So the rest of the ship decided my name's gonna be Red Legs from now on. So you can imagine how I feel about that. Great. Because I work in such close proximity to the ovens all the time, I've got a big burlap apron on, many stains of various foods. No shirt of any kind underneath because I'm always sweaty and hot. Big fluffy pants, long beard, matted long hair, covered in grease and sauces of all kinds. No relation, I don't think, to Valentine Greaves. We've often had chats over the years as to whether we're related. We don't know. Not a grumpy
Valentine
lad, not a
and
happy
you
lad.
have a bit of a rivalry, actually. When you reach the top step, Valentine kind of gives you a narrow eye and watches you as you sort of fall in line with the others. Red Legs right behind you, kind of bumbling up the stairs. We see Bart McCarthy. James, who are we looking at?
Aye, Bart McCarthy. I'm a tall lad, and you look into Bart's eyes, and all you can see is the tens of thousands of men he thinks he's killed, but it's really a much smaller number than that. Bart wants nothing more in the world than to feast his chompers on a juicy, golden ripe pineapple. Which in the 1700s went for like $8,000 in today's currency.
Whoa.
It's fucking
No.
insane how rare pineapples were back in like the 16 to 1700s. So that's all he wants, damn it, is a taste of that good, delicious, golden fruit, and I'll kill any goddamn sailor who thinks he has one!
I'd make a pie out of one, but other than that, don't need it.
Bart, you reach the top deck and join the other four, Red, Glennie, Valentine, Arnie, and you sort of hear the rumblings of the last two crewmen walking up the stairs. Jalag Pinto seems to walk up next behind you. He's sort of a sneaky son of a bitch. You've caught him a few times stealing from other crew members and yourself, always insignificant things, and with a sneer he sort of brushes past you and walks towards Valentine. And you all wait for the final, King Charles, who's an old man who wears pieces of dried crab on his skin. And he makes your food. He's not the cook. In fact, Red Legs Greaves often asks him to step aside, but he thinks he's the cook. And as he walks up with his jaw drooping and his long gray hair, he sort of looks around. And Glennie, it seems like everybody is here. It's a still night on the open waters. All around you, the waves seem to have died down, eerily quiet for the ocean.
Now, Captain Brawler Barney's been in there for far too long. And it's my reckoning that we're the folk to do something about it. Now, we've been out here for weeks, feeling the spray and the heave of the waves under our feet for nothing. And I don't think that if we're peaceful about this, that we'll come away with it with anything at all. What do you say, Red Legs?
Honestly, I've been slipping him in trays of food every day, and I don't see the tray come back. I hear nothing from that room. Is he even in there?
You still been feeding him? Arnie stands up and sort of walks over to you. We agreed that we wouldn't feed him nothing. And as he goes to point you, Valentine Greaves, your not quite half-sister, sort of steps in and slaps his hand away. Leave him alone. He's just doing his job. We're all trying to do our job. And our job is in there. He's got our pay, our booty. You saw him. He hauled that treasure chest in there, and it's been near on a day, and he hasn't come out of there.
This is what I've been saying. Now who's with me?
Hey!
Hey!
King Charles sort of stands up. He's gangly thin, and he only wears a loincloth, and he says,
Well, I'm not entirely sure if that's such a wise idea. We trust Captain Brawler-Barney, don't we?
And what about him is trustworthy, then?
He's got a nice hat.
King Charles, you've had your eye on that hat for months.
You soft for hats, you are.
and he sits back down, defeated.
Valentine, Arnie, Jalag.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I'll follow you, Glenny.
Says the sneaky guy, Jalag.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a sneaky voice.
It's a great sneaky voice.
So yeah, the 7 of you sort of share a knowing look. Other than King Charles, it seems like everybody is kind of heading over to the door. How do you approach this problem? Do you go in guns a-blazing, breaking down the door? Do you try to lockpick? Do you try to squeeze in the imperceptibly small window?
Before we
Is there a
do that-
window?
No.
Is there a window?
There is on the outside of the ship. You'd have to scale along the outside of the ship.
Redlegs will go over to Arnie and just be like, Arnie.
Huh?
And he'll reach into his pocket in his he doesn't have in a little pocket in his apron, pull out a small bread roll and be like, yeah, there you go, big lad. That's for you. You munch on that. And he'd be like, come here, let me whisper in your ear.
Huh?
You keep an eye on Jalag there for us, alright? Make sure he's behaving.
Huh?
Thanks, Arnie. You're the best, aren't you, Arnie?
Oh. Oh.
And now he's Austrian because I forgot that's a better thing.
My name is Arnie Fistfoot.
I do it for you. Yeah. He's like, I do it for you. I do it for you, Red.
Ah, and he takes the bread.
To the
and
crow's
eats it.
nest.
Jalag, I'm watching you.
That's good. Yeah. So the 3 of you are standing outside the door. The other 4 are sort of standing back.
Door, difficult to get to window.
Yeah. So you're
sorry,
sort of
are we
looking at.
in
There's 2
We're
steps
outside his
leading.
room. Is that correct?
Yeah, you're outside
Sorry.
his room on the top deck of the ship.
Right.
The captain's quarters, there's a door between 2 sets of stairs that lead up to sort of the wheel. And the door in front of you is thick oak wood, and it heads down a set of stairs on the inside. You know that he locks it. The only window that you're aware of is a glass window on the far side of the ship, but you'd have to scale around the outside of it.
Could I roll to see if the captain ever said to either me or King Charles to be like, listen, sometimes I want to get my meal. I don't want the crew knowing. Here's a secret way into the room. Don't you fucking tell anyone, but I'll use it when I want me some food on the private.
Yeah. You don't need to roll. You know that King Charles is actually the captain's biological father, and he keeps him around as like kind of a for everything. King Charles doesn't know this for some reason, but you do, and you know that he sort of confides in King Charles. So King Charles would have a good way of kind of knowing all this kind of stuff. So you can roll to sort of persuade King Charles to tell you some stuff.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll roll a d20 with a 15.
Yeah. You pull King Charles aside. What do you say to him?
Charlie, come here to me now. I know we all trust the captain, right? We do. But he's been in there an awful long time, and frankly, I'm worried about his safety. I don't know if he's eating his meals. I don't know if he's sick, if he needs any help. It's not all about the booty with pirates, all right? Now, we need to get in there. Now, I don't know, I haven't a clue, but if you know of any other way to get in to see the good captain, to make sure he's all right, mind you, this is your time to step up, King Charles. King Charles! Live up to that name.
There is one way that I know. The captain has his own private toilet in there.
All right.
If you go down a deck, crawl into the fecal matter that is collected, you can come up through the toilet he uses.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do that, King Charles. I don't know if I'm doing that.
But you said you care about him.
Oh, I do care about him, but you know, as we know, science today will tell you, smell brings disease, and fecal matter smells bad. It comes out your bottom. No, thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Redlegs, you're a man who knows about food.
Aye.
What, just hypothetically, what are the odds that the captain's chest said had a specific fruit that I may or may not have told you about in the past?
Ooh.
What are the odds that he has his mitts on the one true golden thing that all men crave?
I'm not going to lie to you. I crave what you crave in a different but similar way. And he'll lean in to be like, "You listen to me right now.
Yeah.
I don't think that fucker would have told us if he had it.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
Apple.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have
That's
told
a good
me
one. Into apple. Yeah, that fucking.
There's every chance that's all that's in there.
Yeah.
That's all that's in that bloody chest. It is a
You
big
think it
box of
could be in
pineapples.
there?
It could very well be.
All right,
Multiples.
Okay.
But I don't
Meanwhile,
Yeah, Glennie, you're standing up front of the door.
Valentine and I are both already. We've got ropes around us, and we're
Nice.
ready to what is it called when you like?
Like repel.
Thank you.
Abseil?
Yeah.
Both of us are going to rappel down the front of the ship or the back of the ship, wherever the wheel part is,
Yeah.
to the window together.
Nice. Yeah, give me a roll. You and Valentine. I'll roll
I
for
will. What
Valentine.
are we using D20s here?
Obviously.
Great.
Oh yeah, with a natural 20, Valentine
fuck
does it.
yeah. I mean, she's a swashbuckler. I rolled a 16, so I'm
Both
right behind her.
success. She does it with a little more pizzazz, and you don't like
Yeah.
her. You're jealous of her
I am.
because she sleeps in your bunk sometimes without you there, and she shits in it. Anyway, she rappels down, and you're kind of right in front of her, and with a smash, she breaks through the captain's window. Redlegs, Bart, you're at the door. You hear the smash. Arnie and Jalag's been picking the lock, and as everyone kind of comes in, the door swings open. King Charles is standing there covered in shit, and all of you get in the room.
The perfect mutiny.
I mean, you did. You got
Yes.
from every angle, sort of. And
Ready? Okay.
plan.
And I have my cutlass out.
Yeah. Ooh, it's
Chef knife,
exciting.
like
Yeah.
real sharp.
Yeah,
Captain
you all
Brawler Barney.
burst in to see the captain's quarters. Only a few of you have been so lucky to see before. You know, it's normally, well stocked with books and sort of red velvet curtains and a lovely table that he keeps his things out on. And in the center, on that table, you see the chest sitting there, but you don't immediately see the captain in the dim night. It's dark in here.
Bart's gonna grab one of the lanterns or torch that's outside the captain's quarters and grab it and bring it in and kind of wave it around and just very frantically looking for the captain, any sign of him.
In the dim, sort of shadowy light, your face is all illuminated in red with anger and the grog in your cheeks. You all sort of look around, sweat dripping from your foreheads. It's humid and hot on the sea. And as you look around, the light sort of dances off this chest. It almost seems to absorb the shadows behind it. It stands on its own, almost like a pedestal. And as you each approach, you notice something odd. In the chair, the large captain's chair that you've occasionally seen him behind, you notice odd bits of cloth sticking out, almost reminiscent of the captain's jacket, but in some way seemingly fused to the wood and leather that makes up his chair.
I walk over to the chair and I take a closer look, kind of picking at this fabric.
Yeah. Pulling back the chair, the three of you sort of looming around as the other four sort of watch as well. All of a sudden, you're struck with what you're looking at. It's the captain. No longer a free person walking around, but somehow, as your eyes drift up towards the back of the chair, you see his teeth, his skin, pieces of his flesh, and the hair that was on his chin fused to the chair, as if he and the chair are now one. One eye sticks out, the other lost in the fabric of the chair. One hand seemingly reaching out from one of the sides of the chair, armrests, thank you. The other one completely lost in the chair itself, and the free arm frozen in death pointing to the chest.
What
one-
devilry is this?
No one in here did this, right?
How can we do that?
Jalig says,
I
as he's,
don't
trying
know.
to pick Arnie's pocket. Hey, get off of me!
Yeah, you did good.
And
Arnie.
now, Redlegs, did you give the captain his oranges?
I gave him a bit of an orange. There aren't many left.
Uh,
I couldn't give him
'cause-
with every meal.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the worst scurvy I've ever seen. I mean, not only his gums and his teeth are rotten, but his whole fucking body.
That's
King
not
Charles
natural.
pushes past you, Bart, pushes past you, Ren, and walks up. And he nods and turns.
Scurvy. Yep.
And he takes the hat off the back of the chair and puts it on his head.
Not captain, just want the hat.
And he kind of goes back to the back.
Don't be ridiculous, Bart.
Fucking
This is no
scurvy.
scurvy.
No.
He's pointing at that great dirty chest. And Redlegs will walk over with he'll take out like a soup spoon and start trying to like just prod at it.
The chest?
Yeah, I'd said I could do it. That's no problem, man.
Yeah, the chest is this gorgeous sort of violet wood. It's wood unlike you've ever seen before, and all the metal inlay, all the pieces that are sort of keeping its frame together are black, seamless black. There are no rivets or screws that seem to connect these pieces. It looks not organic, but every piece of the black metal seems to be specifically crafted for its exact angle. And where the lock would reside, instead, you see 3 almost empty black-like gems. They're hollow. They're hollow. Solid pieces of glass that you can almost flick and touch with a spoon, but empty in a way.
Valentine, Jalig, you two seem to be the most covetous of gold and whatnot. You seen anything like this before?
Valentine walks over and she puts one foot on the chair and with a mighty hoof just slides it to the wall where it smashes against and a bone breaks off of the captain's hand. She cares very little for him and she bends down and looks and sort of stares at it, but then her eyes drift down to the piece of paper that lies in front on the same desk. I don't know if he was pointing at the chest. And as she taps the piece of paper, you see written in his hand, it says, "Sink me."
I have a question. Is he still the captain? And should we throw him overboard as his last dying wish?
I'm the captain. If anyone has any issue with that, it's me.
Jalig says as he pushes up.
Look, he wrote right here on this paper.
He pulls it up.
Jalig.
You're not the captain, Jalig.
What is this one?
That's an S.
Oh, okay, fine.
Nah, it's not you.
Well, if anyone needs me, I'll be in my quarters.
And he walks over to the corner and sits down.
All right, so we have a chest, and we have a dead captain, and King Charles is wearing his hat, and...
My hat.
Yep, your hat. And it's not scurvy, right? That's not scurvy?
It's not bloody scurvy.
Okay.
Scurvy.
No, it's not scurvy. It's,
This is obviously a curse.
oh, fuck.
Can I please get some agreement between any of you with 2 brain cells to rub together?
Valentine nods at you.
I don't want it to be a curse, though, Glenny!
It's always a curse,
I
Bart!
know, but I don't want it this one time! This one fucking
not a
time I
curse.
didn't want it to be a curse! Why'd you gotta go and say that? Now it's a reality!
It's not a curse.
You're doing great, Arnie. It's a fucking curse. Gah! So what we do?
Sink me, sink me.
Are we saying
What does he
sink,
mean by
sink
that?
him? Sink him the captain? Sink what he was pointing at? Which maybe
What?
wasn't the chest?
The paper that it's written on,
Yeah.
what is it? Is it like just a part of the captain's
Just
log
nothing.
on a
It's-
map?
It's sort
a-
of like right against the chest, though.
It's definitely his handwriting. It's not like
Indisputable.
for those of us who can read.
Yeah, well, that's Jalig can't, so he's like, oh. Arnie kind of looks around and is like, I'll get rid of Captain. And he walks over and he, like, tries to pick up the body and realizes he can't. He just, like, picks up the chair And as he does, something heavy and metal falls out to the floor.
Mine pineapple! And Bart dives for it.
Yeah, you dive for it, and when you snatch it, you pick up this sort of heavy metal piece of something, and you recognize this immediately, Glennie. This, you've seen the captain covet this, sort of with your clever eye. You've seen this. This was how he navigated to the place that he eventually found this chest. It's a compass. And Bart, as you sort of, as Glennie walks over, maybe the two of you sort of snap it open, you see there's a compass needle, a bizarre looking compass needle, and surrounding it are 3 empty points, almost 3 holes in the compass. And the needle spins wildly.
Glennie, this is cursed too, ain't it?
It's all part of the same thing. Now,
I want you to know if I turn into a chair, bury me with a pineapple.
I'll do no such thing.
I'll do
Bart.
it, Bart.
Very expensive. We've not got the funds for that at all.
Bury me with a picture of a pineapple, then.
That's
These
doable.
holes in the compass, do they look similar to the gems on the chest?
Very similar, although the 3 gems on the chest, I mean, in layman's terms nowadays, what we would sort of see those as are almost lights, dim lights that have not been lit, whereas the holes on the compass seem to fit something. Something could slide into them.
Bart's gonna take the compass in hand, and he just wants to see. He's gonna walk over to the chest and just set it on top and see if
Spins
anything
wildly still.
keeps spinning. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a shitty fucking compass, a chest of unknown origin and make that's cursed.
Arnie sort of sits down heavily in the chair, and you hear the crunch of bones as he crushes the captain. Oh, sorry.
That's fine, Arnie.
Don't worry
It's
about it.
fine.
He was dead already. Can we search the captain's
yes.
chambers for anything?
I want
that
to search the
Slot in
room.
Absolutely. Yeah. Everyone starts looking around. Everyone give me a roll.
I will.
Oh no, 8.
3.
16.
Thank
Nice.
you.
Oh, Barty.
Glennie and Red, you don't quite see anything. You see some standard stuff. You know, you could find one mundane item of your choice. Whereas Bart, you find the flint pistol. It's tucked behind a series of books, and you kind of brush your fingers across it. Do you pull it out and reveal, or do you leave it where it is?
Yeah, Bart will pull it.
Perfect. Yeah, you pull out this pistol, and everyone's eyes light up. The only pistol on board was the captain's.
Not the captain, but keeping this.
And I'm gonna turn it over. I don't know if Bart has ever held the captain's pistol or seen it up close.
No, you're holding it backwards, actually.
Yeah, I'm
You're
holding it backwards. I'm holding it like a hammer. Bart is like a barbarian. He clobbers and he stabs. He does not understand how a gun works at all. But yeah, he wants to look at it. Take a good look at it.
Yeah, you take a good look at it. It's inscribed. It says, "To Captain Brawler Brawny, the finest, brawniest man I've ever balled with." And as you're sort of reading it, Jalig slides across the floor towards you and says,
Maybe I should hold it.
Fuck off, Jalig!
I know how to use a pistol.
We don't need a pistol in the hands of someone like you, Jalik. I want to take the compass and just kind of walk around the room with it and see if it's indicating anything in particular.
Yeah.
You know, hold it out to the window and
Yeah,
see
you spin it all around. You walk around the room as everyone sort of watches. Meanwhile, Red, what mundane item do you find? Some hardtack, a cup of grog, something fun.
Oh yeah, he'll find the captain's pipe.
Yeah, you do. You find the captain's pipe, and you know it's been recently smoked. You know, within the last 5 hours or so. You know, you imagine he came in here, lit the pipe, did whatever happened, and this is where he ended up.
Mm.
And Glennie, as you walk around, you test everywhere. Nothing really happens until you notice when you stick the compass a little bit outside the window, it seems to steady. You pull it back in, it spins again. And as you continue your sort of, you know, perimeter, you go to the door. And by the door, it starts to steady as well, too. Not completely, but enough.
Does the chest react?
No.
What
the
Glenn
chest
is doing?
seems no, it seems completely mundane.
I don't think this is quite broken at all. Take a look at this, Red.
Better walk
I
over
hold
and
out the
lean in.
compass.
What do you mean? Now I'm not here.
Oh,
Different Red entirely.
That comes
and
out
I
of like
hold it-
Red Legs' mouth. He's, "Phew, sorry, had a moment there. Don't know what happened."
Yeah, it happens.
I hold the compass out of the door into the starlight of the evening.
yes, and it steadies. Everyone sort of crowds around at the end of your hand as they see in the dimming light this steady needle begin to point out into the darkness.
It's pointing. Is it pointing out, away from us?
Yeah, it's pointing out into the top deck.
Oh, I would have thought it was. So it's not pointing at the chest. It's pointing away
No.
from us. Oh
Yeah.
shit. I suppose it knows where it wants to go, like a good cursed item should.
Let's follow it and sell what it has.
Oh, fuck off, Chalik. Let's follow it.
Is-
See what's-
Is there any point in trying to see if this cursed chest will open for us?
Valentine, as you turn around, Valentine's picking it.
Why would we
You're like-
want to open the cursed thing, though?
You hear a little snap, and she turns to you. She's like, "Yeah, that's not going to open."
How do we get rid of the curse? Do we need to do... Curses can be lifted, right? We can lift a curse.
Valentine leans on the desk and she says, "It says sink me. I say we throw the damn thing back over."
How do we
What's
know it wasn't talking about
me?
the captain?
Valentine, don't be so hasty. The contents of this chest here could be enough gold to set us all on our way for the rest of our lives.
And it could be enough of whatever the fuck happened to the captain to put us all into furniture for the rest of our lives.
Because he wasn't smart enough to break the curse. There's how many of us?
Seven.
7?
2.
Well, I think Arnie's right. Out of the 7 of us, at least 2 of us have to be smart enough to break this fucking curse.
One of them is you, Valentine. The other one is Glennie. So, I mean...
And
Kinda
she
needs
sort
you
of
to be on board.
gestures all right, it's your show.
You think we came all this fucking way just to throw the chest back in the ocean?
She takes 2 steps towards you and she says, "No, but I didn't come all this way to die."
Put our heads together, we won't.
We are all dead men.
That's
It's just a question of how long.
Well, here's the thing, right? Let's say we follow the compass. We set sail. We go to where it is. We're always going to be within, 15 paces of throwing that fucking cursed thing overboard? We can sink that shit anytime.
He's not wrong.
Fine.
I
In the
say
meantime-
we follow the compass, see where it takes us, and just be ready to chuck that fucking thing out the window.
And I say we keep watch on it. 2 of us at all times.
I can do it. And Arnie picks it up and Jalik's like,
And I'll watch it too.
Well,
he touches the chest.
I vote
watch
for
Jolly.
Arnie and King Charles.
Okay. And he's taken off his loincloth and he's put on a fresh pair of a
Pirate.
lampshade,
pirate diaper.
pirate diaper.
Okay.
And he walks over and he climbs up on Arnie's shoulders and he crosses his legs around his neck.
Safe and sound.
The best team there ever was.
Let's weigh anchor. And I assume everyone else on the pirate ship is just going to accept the fact that this mutiny's taken place, right?
I mean, it's
How
not
many of
mutant
us?
anymore.
How many of us are there altogether apart
7.
from the 7 of us?
Oh, it's just
Oh,
7.
That's it.
There's not like
Rock
another
and
full
roll.
crew.
This was a skeleton crew.
Ooh.
it will be soon.
It's a guppy ship.
Aw.
It's a smaller ship. It's a
What's the
schooner.
ship's name again?
The lady.
The Queen Lady of
Queen
the
Lady,
Mistress
yeah.
She.
That's a lot of words.
The Queen Lady of the Mistress She.
I hope the ship painter got paid well.
Yeah.
We call her the Quilla of the Uns.
Yeah, Bart goes and starts hoisting the anchor.
Yeah, so you head out to the top deck, up the small set of stairs, back to where the compass is sort of pointing. Who takes the lead?
I
Who's
do.
holding the compass?
I'm holding the compass.
Glennie, you hold the compass, and as you walk up and all of you sort of pour out, you're taken aback. at the thick, dense fog that has crept over the entire top deck. You take 3 paces, Glenny, and you can't see where the compass spins. You have to bring it right up to your face. You're halted in your tracks at the top of the step.
Can't sail for shit in this.
What the hell is going on?
Does a lantern pierce it at all, or does it just like it just makes it like
it makes
fog?
it worse. It's like it just blows up all the fog around you and makes it nearly impossible to see.
Do we leap of faith it? Do we just go where the compass is pointing anyway? Or is it?
What do you mean? Can you see where it's even pointing?
Oh shit! If we can't, all right.
That's death, Red Legs. We'll have to wait till morning. Hopefully this accursed fog will clear.
Hold on, Valentine says. What the hell is that? Listen, everyone give me a roll.
5.
6. No, 9.
11.
9.
Hey!
11.
Yeah.
Glenny, you
Big brain on Glenny.
hear something, Glenny. Footfall on the top deck of the ship. It almost sounds human in the fact that it sounds like a hard-soled shoe, but there are too many of them. It sounds like sets of these shoes walking around.
I draw my cutlass
Shh.
and I motion to Red Legs and Bart where I'm hearing the sound from.
Valentine steps back into the mist, draws her own cutlass, and sort of whispers, "We've been boarded."
Steady on now. Steady.
Bart and Red, both of you peer into the fog, unable to see exactly what Glenny can. And
Red Legs will
then,
take a big cast iron pan out.
yeah, shoom. And as you draw the cast iron pan, a figure steps towards you and stabs you, Red. Give me a roll.
Oh shit! Oh come on, 7.
7. It sort of slices your side, just
No.
sort of runs the blade across. You stumble over with blood dripping on the top deck, and it's mayhem. Arnie runs forward into the fog with King Charles in the chest. The sneaky guy, Jalig, pulls out a small dagger with each hand and says, "Come at me!" And he runs into the fog, and you hear stabbing of flesh. Bart, you see Red kind of go down, and this figure standing over him. Bart, what do?
I charge him. I go to tackle him.
Nice. You full-on run. Give me a roll. Glenny, you have your cutlass, and the fog clears just enough to see a figure, a shape standing before you. Give me a roll to attack.
Got a
Assuming you want
12.
Of course.
Nice. You tackle him to the ground
Ooh.
as Red goes down with him, but you've sort of kept him off for a moment. You're rolling back and forth. Red, give me a roll to smack this guy with the pan because Bart is tackling him.
14.
Yeah, with a 14, you smash this thing's face once, twice. Glenny, what do you got?
15.
Tell me how you dispatch this creature before you.
I jump from the top area where I am, like holding onto a rope, and I land in front of him and just slice his head right off with my cutlass.
And that's when you both see it, all 3 of you, the head being smashed, the head falling off. This creature, it's the size of you, but from where you're standing or lying on the ground, Red, you look over and you see these aren't feet, these are hooves. And this headpiece is almost, it has horns, like a wig underneath it, and they're naked and covered in fur. They have these elongated yellowish ears, their heads almost bulbous in shape, and their shoulders much too high as they carry themselves. They let out a piercing scream in the darkness as you hear the others attacking and fighting these bizarre, strange creatures in the fog.
Sea nymph!
Yeah, that's right. You hear Arnie being like, "Get back to where you came from!"
Mhm.
And he attacks. Glenny, another one's coming at you. Red, Bart, you stand up, and 2 more are coming. Everyone give me a roll.
Oh. 18.
Okay.
19.
18.
16.
Yeah!
All 3 of you dispatch these creatures. Tell me how you do it. Bart, you go first.
Oh, that's me.
I take the pistol in one hand and I flip it around, and Bart, with all of his guile and wit, takes it and stabs it down the throat of one of these things, point first.
Yeah, you see as its mouth is open, these yellowish, sharpened teeth, its human-like eyes darting back and forth as it chokes down this pistol, and then by accident you let the
it
trigger
goes
go
off.
and it just blows its stomach out towards you, peppering you in this brackish, blackish blood. Red, how do you dispatch the one in front of you?
I had a cool thing I was going to do, but Red wouldn't know what to do because he's a cook. I just go, ah! And just like try to bash its face in with the heavy cast iron pan.
You do. You crush its nose into its teeth, into its jaw, as all three sink more and more into its head, and eventually its spine just collapses out its back and it falls over. And as it does, you notice its hands are massive. It has these elongated fingers, as if its sort of left hand has these claws on it. They're thick as dinner knives, like chef's knives, and it falls over dead, and with a prat that hits the wooden floor. Glennie, one is approaching you, and as it does, it smacks something on the ground, and you realize it's holding a staff, and on the top, in this almost like dodecahedron shape, it begins glowing this bluish light that begins to make the fog part ways, and you see it. It's wearing these robes, and on it are these not shells, almost like clay pots, it seems to be hanging on it, and a belt with rivets that you would guess must be like ammo of some kind, and a long loincloth. And as it walks, its feet bend almost like an animal, and it steps towards you, and it mutters something in a guttural breath that you don't understand. And as it reels back to strike and hit you with its staff, what do you do to kill it?
Yeah, I run at it, I charge, and then I slide underneath it. And as I go between its long animal legs, my cutlass parts it down the belly. And as I slide underneath, behind me, there's like a rain of innards basically just falling out.
Yes. And it falls over and its staff smashes, and with that the fog begins to part. And in a moment it's completely gone as you see the others sort of stand up around you. Arnie, still holding the chest, has King Charles bathed in blood on him, but the two of them seem to be all right. Valentine wipes the blood off her dagger as two lie by her feet. Jale clutches a wound in his side.
Now one of them got me. What the hell were those?
And the seven of you are on the deck of the ship, quiet, alone once again.
Great, so now we got a curse and we got fucking demons!
Demons? These aren't demons.
I go over to this staff and these, what did you say, some kind of projectiles that this guy had on like a belt or something?
Yeah, it's sort of got these like small cartridges.
I loot the body.
Yeah. You loot the body. You pull off this belt with these metal cylindrical cartridges. You sort of pull one off. You look at it. You have no idea what it is. It doesn't seem to open.
I'm like
it's sort of smooth.
Like an ape with a computer.
Like an ape with a computer. You have no
What
idea
is
what it is.
this? How
You
do
just
I?
can't fathom it. But what it looks like is it's about yay big. It's all steel. It doesn't look like it opens in any way or twists.
Some kind of devilry. And this staff, is it still glowing?
No, it's broken. In fact, as you look down at it, whatever was in it is sort of like oozing out, and little like bugs sort of twitch in the dying ooze that
Ew.
leaks.
I step on them.
Yeah, they're already dead, but
Yeah, I
you
do it
try
more.
to crush them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and as you do, these sort of like small, sort of fat insects crush, and about 7 other smaller insects crawl out of them.
Ugh, I crushed them more.
Yeah,
It's gross. But the fog is clearing.
but the fog is clearing.
Is it still nighttime?
You don't know, because you're no longer on the open sea. The 7 of you walk to the edge of the ship and peer over the side. The ship is no longer in water. In fact, it looks like what surrounds you is a massive cave. The roof is miles above you. Stalactites pepper the entire ceiling. Perhaps a small shoot of light comes in from above. Maybe that's the moon. But what is around you in this large, massive cylindrical chamber. In the center, right next to the ship, which seems to be shored on sort of a grayish sand, is this spire. Thousands of steps seem to walk up this twisting spire towards the top. And at the top, the faint, glowing hue of something greenish seems to fill this cavern with an unearthly glow. The seven of you share a look. You see Arnie slap his own face. I don't understand. Where's the ocean?
We must have drifted into Cove in the fog.
What do you mean, cove?
This isn't anywhere near where we were before, Glenny.
There's no entry here, look.
And Valentine scans around, and again you see this. It's almost like you're in a massive biodome, but filled with rock and stalactites. It doesn't seem to have any exit. It's an enclosed system.
Don't be stupid. Of course we did. What do you think the Queen Lady just flew into this weird room? We must have gone underwater, or
Underwater?
there's some passageway that you can't see.
Glenny, where's the compass pointing?
And I pull out the compass.
Directly at the green light at the top of the spire.
And with a shaky hand, I point up.
Hey, Red, you're still bleeding.
Oh, goodness, aren't
shit.
I?
Yeah.
He'll, I don't know.
Yeah, Bart goes over to start dressing wound. He's been enough fights that he knows how to fix that.
Yeah.
Well, if you're still bleeding, that means we ain't dead yet. So this is sure as hell ain't Davy Jones's locker.
You can't say that on a boat.
Hey, that's you can't.
Don't
It's
say
like
that on a
Macbeth.
boat.
You can't say that. Have any of you ever seen the likes of these in your whole lives? And I kick one of these monsters with my boot, my pirate boot.
No.
Red'll need
No.
to sniff one. And be like, does it
Yeah.
smell like a fish you would have cooked?
No, it doesn't. It
Okay.
smells unsettling, but
Bart's
nothing.
done enough
that you can do.
like hunting and stuff in his days. I wanna gut and clean one of these and take a look at its insides.
Do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
you pull out
I
your
fucking
blade,
go
you
for
start-
it.
Start gutting this thing open. Not like you don't recognize any of it. Like you stab it and it's like a carapace almost. Like its
Cool.
insides are like jelly.
It
You
ain't
can't-
fish. It
Alien
ain't
autopsy
deer.
vibe.
Yeah.
And it
as
ain't
you're
a
stabbing
fucking
it,
bird.
You see movement out of the corner of your eye, and you
even do
snap
that.
your head over Glenny to see Valentine, and she's halfway across the beach towards the bottoms of these steps.
Where do you think you're going?
And she stops and turns around. She says, "The compass is pointing. I'm not staying there. Who knows if those things come back?" And she turns around and begins walking up the steps. "If that's my way out, and if there's only one-way ticket, I'm the first one touching it."
Might not be the worst idea ever.
Yeah, there's like an awkward moment where Arnie sort of looks at you and he's like, yeah, I'll maybe go secure the beach. And he like walks down and King Charles is like, I'll go too. And Jalop's like,
Wait for me.
and he hops over as well.
We
Yeah.
still have the chest. The chest is just chilling.
Chest Arnie has.
Okay,
For
Arnie's
gold.
taking the chest with him. Cool.
Oh, okay.
I do that cool jump where you like land in the sandy water and it like splashes.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't do that
Three-point
for motion,
landing.
but yeah, you know what? You do.
I do it.
And you start trudging across the sand, and as you step on the sand,
Superhero.
yeah, and as you step on the sand, it's just again, it's gray and very fine, unlike anything you've ever seen before. But there doesn't seem to be any scent of water. You look behind the ship, and the ship is sort of positioned perfectly on this, this sand that seems to go down to the edges of this massive cavern. But you don't see any liquid or water. It's all dry in here, as if you're in an hourglass.
Red'll leave the ship via the appointed ladder that you're supposed to leave the ship on, but like as if he's very uncomfortable being on a ladder, like looking down and okay,
Yeah.
on that one, and eventually makes his way over to Glenny.
Too used to the sea.
Worst pirate ever.
legs. Yeah.
I'm the
Best
sheriff!
pirate.
What's a ladder?
So the seven of you all start making your way up this spire. Bart, you join as well.
Oh yes, of course.
There's like wet sacks of alien gunk hanging over your shoulders.
Ew. I'm like speed walking because I don't want Valentine to get there before me because she always does this.
You catch up to her, and the two of you are sort of huffing up these stairs, and
glutes just burning.
Yeah, as sort of the distance is falling behind you, and the spire grows more and more. You see these rocks around you. There's these organic-looking, almost like spines. They stick out. They have rivets along the side of it. Organic bone-like texture that seems to just duplicate and stretch up and grow higher and higher into sharp peaks that surround you as you move up towards this pulsating green light. And as you catch up, Red and Bart, to Arnie, King Charles, and Jalag, you see that they're stopped, actually. And you see that Arnie is sort of crouched down, and he's going off to the side as one of these sort of like tangents where these things stretch up almost like trees. It almost looks like scraggly underbrush. It would be reminiscent to coral. And as you see him calling, you see something move, just kind of judders in the thing. King Charles says he saw something move back there. I think it might be a new pet. Come here, little one.
Annie, don't, what? Show me where it is. Show me where it is. Don't pick it up, whatever it is.
Over there. And Red, as you sort of look, you see out walks, this small, almost like egg-shaped spider. It's very small and very bulbous. It sort of has this large back end, and on the front, its face almost looks like a beak.
I fucking hate this. I hate this so much.
Does it look like it's afraid, or like is it making any posturing to like?
Looks like it's curious. Looks like it's curious. It sort of like tentatively takes a few steps towards you.
Red will take out a small cured dried meat snack and just break a bit off. Illafel, no need to get angry. And
yeah, and as this thing kind of walks forward, you see it's kind of dragging something behind it, and as it steps forward and sort of goes for your thing, the rest of it unearths, and you see it's the tongue of this sort of larger sand, almost like a starfish. It sort of shakes, and as it unearths, you see all these bristles stick up on it. This large bristly starfish, and it sort of steps on its back and begins crawling forward as it tongues the piece of meat, crawls over to what you've left for it, maybe 2 feet away from you, sort of drops down with its central mouth, and you hear this, and then steps back up and turns around and crawls back into the sand.
I don't want to do that again.
I'm never gonna sleep. Never. Not another wink in my life. I never want to see that thing, and it's gonna haunt my dreams.
I need to change my pants.
Let's go.
Meanwhile,
shit on Army's head.
Glennie and Valentine are near the top, and as you get close to the top, you can start to hear this thrumming as it gets to the top, and these large spires are sort of connected with spider webs that seem to touch between these two spires, these large glistening spider webs. And as you reach the top, an unnatural scent invades your nostrils. And as you turn one of these spires, you see at the top of this is almost like a canopy. 4 spires stick up in a rounded dome, and in the center the green light's source. But in front of it, a cluster of pink worm-like sensory tendrils writhe from a creature. Its nose is where they're coming out of. It's this hefty, eyeless, gray, toad-like being, and as you approach, it sort of tastes the air, makes tiny sucking sounds that kind of turn your stomach. And as you approach, you hear a voice in your head.
Trade.
Is it pointing at that voice is pointing at like kind of us?
So the rest of you kind of catch up to Valentine and Glennie as you're standing there, and Valentine sort of turns to Glennie and is like, Did you hear that too? And all of you sort of hear that voice in your head. Trade.
I look around at my companions, and then I'm like a step behind Valentine, and I kind of make it like a
Oh,
gesture.
she sees you. Actually, give me a roll.
Yeah. 14.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, you know what?
Contested.
Why not? 18.
Oh.
She turns around, sees you, stares daggers at you, brushes past you and says, "Oh, I won't forget that." And stands behind you and says, "What do you guys have to trade? Anything?"
I've got a few snacks. Food to eat. He'll
Thing
shout
sort
that
of
out.
makes that same sucking sound, like, and like one of these long nostril tendrils kind of comes out and winds its way around towards you, Red.
Fuck it, another bread roll. Just be like, Arne, it's my last one. Please don't hold it against me.
So you narrated a little bit, Harlan, on Bart having a sack full of goop from the person. Yeah, Bart's just gonna go over and dump it out in front of his tongue and then pick up the bread roll,
hoping that it wasn't related to these things.
Fuck. I do it. I'm saving the goddamn bread roll.
You know your brother? I just killed him. No, it's a good gamble. You dump this sack of creatures like innards, and it sort of just paws through them, and then, like a cat catching the scent of something delicious, it uses its nostrils to begin like pulling through and zaps around a small, almost bone-like, like die-sized rectangle that you pulled out. It was like hard in its center. It looks like an enclosed heart, and it snatches it out and wraps its tendrils around it so tightly that you can't see it, and pulls it back up into its nose, and it says, "Trade!" And it steps aside, its massive gate sort of like squishing as it steps to the side and revealing a set of small stone steps that lead directly to the green glowing at the top.
I think we're good to go.
We proceed.
Can I keep this bread roll?
And we can share it, but I mean, you did save it, so the majority of it
I'll
does go
share
to you.
it.
I'll take off a little chunk and I'll start passing the bread roll around to everyone.
Glennie, you step up the steps with the compass held out, and as you do, you hear the thrumming ladder. And with almost a whip, like a rubber band snapping, the crystal flies off the pedestal and snaps into one of the 3 empty spots on the compass.
Nice.
And as it does, you turn around with sort of surprised look as a massive rumbling begins to echo all around you.
I think it's time to leave.
Oh, shit. All right.
I mean, this is like Cave of Wonders shit, right?
You better believe it, because as you look around, the massive dome of this entire underground cavern seems to be rising as water floods in from every direction in a circle.
Back to the ship! Back to the ship!
Get to the ship! And everyone begins running down the stairs at the top of their lungs. I don't know. Everyone give me a roll.
12.
Ooh, 18.
6.
Excellent. Red, you are using those red legs to barrel down as fast as you can. You are running, skipping, dodging, leaping steps at a time in a comfortable manner to the point where you feel confident that you're going to make it to that ship as you see the water crashing in from behind, and already the ship begins to lift slightly with buoyancy. Bart, you also make it down fairly fast, but you're still behind Red, Arnie, King Charles, and the other guy whose name I keep forgetting.
Jalag.
Why do I keep naming characters like this? Jalag, who are running up ahead. Meanwhile, Glennie, you take off with a fervor, jutting down, and then you feel a swipe in your legs as Valentine trips you into the sand.
You shit in my bed! You bitch!
He spits at you and runs. And as you land in the sand, you feel movement around you. Give me another roll.
I roll. 14.
A spider with a large egg back begins crawling on your chest. What do you do?
You still have your bread roll bit.
A spider with a sack of
like
eggs?
a spider with a large egg-like body, a small beak-like mouth, and something dragging. Similar creature to what Red had seen. But you didn't know that.
Yeah. I grab the bottom part of my jacket and I try to crush it like in my coat.
Gooey.
Perfect. Give me a roll.
I will. It's a natural one.
Natural 1. Fuck. Glennie, as you try to crush this spider, not realizing it's the tongue of a much larger creature, you anger it immensely. And it stands up in the sand and immediately latches onto your face, sucking and tearing with its cylindrical, sharp, dragon-like teeth. It starts tearing off pieces of your face. Your ear gets ripped off in one clean bite as you pull this thing off. Blood gushing down the side of your face. Give me a roll to see if you can survive this.
That's fair. Natural 1.
Natural 1 again?
Rolled
Can
another 1.
any of
right
us
there.
help her?
Wow. No, I think this creature crawls over Glennie's face as she screams into its hollow mouth. It bites around and begins drilling down and sinking its teeth in. And what we don't see is how the teeth shoot out and slide under the skin and wrap around the back of her head, split her skull, and open her in reverse like a bear trap. Valentine, you are running down, leaving Glennie behind. What do you do? What do you do?
You
Which
said
one?
Valentine.
Red?
I know.
Yeah. I think Joe's Valentine now.
Oh,
Oh!
that's
Hey!
fun. Bring it on.
You just killed your other character.
I love it.
Valentine, you just left that chick behind.
Yeah.
You're running back towards the boat, your secret safe. What do you do?
Valentine charges ahead. I hate Glennie. She says in her mind, I'll poop in her bed again. I'll do it today. And I run.
But you realize that Glennie was holding onto the compass.
Damn it. And so I skid.
At this point, Valentine is next to Bart.
Yeah.
You sort of both, maybe you realize it, say something to Bart.
The compass. We have to go back.
What do you... No! Joe's other character has it!
Glennie.
Glennie has it!
She bit it. Let's go. And I
What
grab
the fuck do you mean?
I grab you on the elbow and I yank you back with me, and we're quickly run back to this giant spider creature.
Yeah, Valentine, you run up to the top where you see Glennie's face being eaten by this creature that she decided to attack instead of try to befriend. And you see in her hand as she's being sucked into the sand, the last of the compass just sort of sits on the surface. Meanwhile, Bart, as Valentine is grabbing it, you see another one of these creatures sort of crawling towards you. What do?
I throw it the one piece of bread roll that I had.
There you go. And it snatches it and crawls back happily satiated. Valentine, you swoop up the thing and you both run down. Red, you're on the boat with Arnie, King Charles, and Jalag, and you're sort of waving them. You're hoisting the anchor. You're getting everything ready as the water is pouring in all around you. What are you doing to help your friends?
I'm going to take as many rope ladders as possible and throw them over the side so they have something to grab onto. And also, I'm kind of making sure the anchor is being pulled in slowly. So the Arnie can like pull it in at a moment's notice, but the boat is still there for them to get onto.
Yes. And by the time they reach the bottom of the stairs, they're wading through water as it's coming up to this tower. You're sloshing through. And with your last might, Bart and Valentine, you grab the side of the boat as it reaches up and you climb up, pull yourself up and fall over.
Where's Glenna? What happened to her?
Where's Glennie?
She's dead. Fuck
Eaten
her.
by one of those demon things.
Oh, fuck.
We need to get the hell out of here. Quickly. Where's the way?
And I hold up the compass and I point.
It's spinning.
Don't know.
The
Is there enough water for
rising
it
and
to-
rising.
Will the boat sail now? Is it going to move for us?
Yeah, you can start moving, but you're trapped in this sort of circle. You raise the anchor and raise the sails, and you begin moving. But as you're moving, and panic sets in, as you realize you're just moving higher and higher to the top of this dome, and soon the stalactites start moving their way through the top towards the main deck of the ship. And all 7 of you are panicking. It seems like you're just rising higher and higher.
Maybe we have to go in. Maybe now we have to sink it.
Does the boat have cannons?
Of course.
All right, we've got cannons. Do we shoot up or do we shoot down?
Shoot down!
As in to put holes in the boat and sink it, or shoot up at the roof to break it, if it can be broken?
Both.
Everything can be broken.
Let's do both.
All
Arnie
right.
positions the cannons, and as you're doing it, the water rises more and more. He positions them up and down, and as you fire the cannons, the ship sort of careens and the ship tips over, and everyone is bathed in water. And then all the water is drained, and you're standing on the deck, dry as a bone, on the moonless sea. It is still and silent and pitch black, save a purple hue that seems to be glowing from the stars above. There's no moon anywhere. The boat seems to be against a tiny island, just the smallest little outlet. And the 7 of you are still clutching your chests.
6 of you.
6 of you are still clutching your chests and breathing. Jalag still bleeding from his wound.
What the hell was that?
Oh, it's definitely a curse. Definitely a curse.
It's always a fucking curse.
All right. Are any of us 3 bleeding? Kind of fuck Jalag, but like, are any of us? We're not injured.
No, you're all good. Jalak is bleeding. He's like kind of like blood loss. His like face is pale.
I suppose I'll patch him up, and then.
You don't have to.
Valentine, you got that compass there?
Yeah.
Let me fucking guess. Is it pointing over there? And he'll point to the island.
It is.
She just
Great.
nods.
That's fantastic. That is brilliant. That is. Love that.
Let's take a second. And Jalak pulls you aside, Valentine.
I saw you push her. I saw you trip her and push her into the sand.
You didn't see anything.
I sure did. And you're gonna give me a bigger cut of that treasure, or I'll tell them.
Tell them whatever you want.
Fine.
And he turns around and he says,
She pushed Glenna.
Shut
Valentine.
the fuck up, Jalag!
Spreads her arms wide.
You're a dirty liar, Jalag. You're telling lies right now.
You're just trying to get us to turn on each other, aren't you? You conniving little fuck.
Cast iron to the head.
You what?
Cast iron to the head.
Dung.
Oh, why do I try?
Walks over and lies down.
Can I look through my binoculars that this character has at the island?
This is your character. What do you mean this character?
This new character that I have.
I wrote this character for you.
Thank you.
Purposely killed off your other characters so
Okay,
you could
good.
have her. This I picture Valentine as you.
You're very sweet.
It's you.
Thank you for having it out for my character from the beginning.
Had to. Just
yeah.
waiting for Red to fucking step into King Charles.
I know. God.
And Bart to step into Arnie. I'm just kidding.
That's how it works.
Then we all killed Jalag together.
Yeah, exactly. He's the devil.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you see, it's
I've got a spyglass.
that makes more sense. Yeah, it's a tiny little island. It's only a few steps off the bow of the ship. And what
Still look at it really closely.
Yeah, and what it seems like is, it looks maybe like there's a fire pit in the center of it. There's no light coming from it necessarily, from your angle, but there seems to be sort of a little divot in the center of the island.
Down there.
Aye.
All right.
And Bart will hop overboard, probably with a shovel.
Nice.
There's
Yeah,
a fire pit, you said?
it looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah, Red will have his, like, cook's flint? I don't know.
Mhm.
Something that a cook would start a fire with.
That's the
In
thing.
these
I bring
days.
a torch with me.
I'm not staying here.
And he'll go too.
Yeah.
Do you want me to come or stay with the thing?
I think
Daddy!
Anna should come.
And we need all of the NPCs in case.
Okay,
Yeah, in
one of
case
us
one of
dies?
us dies, yeah.
I'll come too.
King
Good.
Charles still wrapped around him. They all head down.
Smelling of feces.
And as you walk onto this small island, it's just everything is bathed in purple. You can't, there's no distinction of color. Everything is just different shades of violet. And when you get off the boat, you can see around this central pit, you realize that it is deep. It heads straight down, and leaning over maybe 100, 150 feet, almost like a well, you see there's a purple glowing gem in the center at the bottom.
What are those?
King Charles says as he gestures to the side. And all along the side, there seem to be these bristles that are laying flat.
Oh fuck.
I don't know, but it's gonna give me nightmares, I'm sure.
And Bart's gonna... Man. Is this just sand? Can I pick up a rock and just drop it down?
Yeah, go for it.
I do that.
You
I pick up a rock and I drop it down, but I don't do it straight. I kind of make sure that it hits the sides as it goes down.
Ooh, yeah, you hit the side, and every time it hits a side, these almost like snake fangs pop up from the side. And they seem to be pointed down to allow sort of easy egress, but upon returning would be directly in competition with flesh.
So, Jaleg, you know how much we love you, right?
Yes, what about it?
And you know how you're just like the most sneaky, nimble, dodgy, lean, thin, small crewmate that we have?
You're all those things and more.
All
Jack.
of those things, and you know how you're so good, just so good at getting lowered by a rope and picking stuff up with your grimy, perfect little nimble hands?
I feel like you're leading to something, but I don't care.
What if
Continue.
I told you that you were about to steal the most precious, valuable gem of your life, and if you did it, we would all inherently trust you more?
I feel like this is what you did for my birthday when you let me out to sea to drown, but
But you get a gem this time.
do
Infinitely
it on one
later.
condition.
What's that?
That I can also hold the compass.
On the way down.
Yes.
You can hold it when you get back up, maybe.
No, I won't do it otherwise. Remember how Glenna was holding it? The gem jumped a whole 5 feet. That's 5 less feet than I need to climb. And if you decide to cut the rope, then you'll have to come down after me, so you'll be wanting to help me.
But what if you drop it?
Well, then you'll just have to take that risk.
Here's what we'll do. We'll
it's-
give you the compass, but we'll tie it to your body.
What?
So you'll have
Yeah.
it, but you can't drop it.
Tied to your back.
Well, I'm not that smart, but that sounds like a good idea. Fine, I'll do it. But on one condition. I
You
get
already
the
had your one condition.
What? Oh,
You're-
right.
Yeah. On a second condition, I think is what you meant to say.
Yes, on the second condition, I
Yes.
want the compass also. Where are we? I've lost a lot of blood.
And he falls over.
Excellent. This
Tie
is
it to me.
perfect. So we hitch him up. We do like a backpack rope.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Like Hacksaw Ridge style.
Exactly. We make a broad of rope and we
Yeah.
put his body in it, and then we tie the compass on the back real good, and we make sure it's tight and everything.
Yeah, and as he sits on the side, he's like,
You know, when everyone forgot my birthday, I thought maybe,
Shut up, Jaleg, and I kick him into the thingy.
and he just falls.
Yeah.
Like all the way down to the bottom. Ugh. It was like a long, quiet moment.
You alright
okay.
down there?
You're good. Oh, good. He's good. That's
I'm
great.
alive.
That's wonderful.
The gem seems to have connected to the compass.
All right, make yourself long and thin. We're gonna pull you back up now. Do
Well, hold on. There's got to be a better way for this.
you see
Maybe-
anything else in there?
No, no, I don't think so. But maybe if we don't, maybe if you pull me exactly in the center, I won't bother any of these things. So can you just,
Yeah, that's.
engineer something to keep me in the center?
Oh, make a thing.
Is there
Do we have any
trees
crewmates
nearby?
that can make things?
I know how to do this.
Yeah, Valentine's a level 12 carpenter.
Oh,
No,
fuck.
man. Like, all we need is another piece of rope, and we can do it.
Oh yeah.
So one person stands on one side of the hole with the rope that goes down, and the other person stands on the other side of the hole, and their
Pulls
rope
it.
goes around, and you pull it.
Yeah.
You solved the riddle!
Yay!
Probably. I mean, I didn't have a solution, but that sounds
That
smart.
sounds smart.
I mean, that's
yeah.
what I would do.
Valentine runs back, and you kind of equilibrium a pulley system between the two people. See if
Should
you
we
can do
have-
it.
Arnie pull up, and other people pull against Arnie to make
Yes.
it central.
Yeah.
Arnie's strong.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Not too fast now, Arnie. Not too fast.
Perfect. Why don't all three of you give me a roll, and we'll call that advantage times 2.
Cool.
11.
11. Oh.
Oh God, 9.
So
11!
averaging pretty much 11.
Yay!
Perfect. We'll see how Jaleg does on his.
Arnie adds
staying
19 to his roll.
Nice.
still. Ooh, yeah, that's right. He has so much strength. Yeah, you start pulling, and at first it seems to be going pretty well.
See ya? Glenny could never.
And then about halfway up, you hear a
Hold on, stop. Just wait.
Yeah, we
Honest
stopped.
thought.
What's going on down there?
and you look down, and one of the things is sticking out.
We need to go back down a little bit and then pull up.
Okay.
Down a
But
little bit,
Valentine, from
Arnie.
your angle, you see that you could kind of just yank it if you wanted to and get him up.
I can't yank though. I'm on the.
Yeah,
I'm
but
on
you're the
anchor.
one. You're like the spotter. What do you say?
Just pull fast, Arnie.
All right.
Hey, Arnie. Show me how strong you are.
And Arnie pulls, and you hear this scream, "Ah!" as you hear this, and he's pulling, and there's you hear the falling of blood, as Arnie is pulling this up. Are you sure about this, Valentine?
Faster.
He's,
I know
pulling
you're
and
much
pulling
stronger
and
than
pulling.
this.
And this terribly pained man comes up. It's so sad, and he's clearly slit from here down to his stomach.
Man.
And he's guts are barely holding
fine,
in. He
he's fine.
falls out of the hole. He's like,
What the hell did you do, Valentine?
Oh no,
She did that on purpose, I told you.
Jaleg.
Help me.
I tried to stuff his guts back in.
yeah. You're
Put them in.
Red, Bart, what do you do?
Oh God.
Oh,
Is he he's gonna die, right? He's gonna die.
that's up to you.
Mm-mm.
It's up to
Okay.
how Red treats this.
I will have corn skewers, and I'm gonna try stitch him back together with his. I have 20 of them on me because you never know when you're gonna have corn on a boat. So, don't worry, I'll get you stitched back right up and start sticking these corn
You're
skewers.
stabbing him full of all these things. And,
I like that, a whalebone needle. No,
Yeah.
corn skewers.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't prep.
Yeah, and King Charles walks over. He's look. He's like,
That's over prepping.
That's
I
pretty
live in
tough,
Texas.
Red. You want to keep him alive or what?
Will you keep him alive? He did a very good thing, didn't you, Jaleg? And you understand that if you want to reap the rewards, you've got to be good, and we'll keep you alive.
and King Charles bends down and pulls out all your cork skewers, and pulls out a little pouch under his loincloth, and he starts sewing them up properly.
Nice.
He's like,
25 years as the chief medical officer of the Royal Navy. It's
You
made me
dog.
quite the hand.
He's like,
We've had a fucking medical professional this whole goddamn time.
And don't worry, I didn't wash my hands. Kept the germs nice and fresh.
You threw my corn
Washing your
skewers all
hands
over the
because
fucking
danger.
place.
And yeah, he helps out Jalag and like wraps him with like weird alien
Gauze.
leaf, and
Good.
And the compass is left on the sand with 2 crystals in it now.
I'll get him back to the boat.
And he lifts up Jalag with the strength that you've never seen possible and walks back.
Old
to the
man strength.
boat. Oh, not even, just like regular strength. He's an enigma wrapped in a riddle.
Riddle pick
And
up the
Arnie's like,
compass.
I got the chest again. And he walks back. And
That'll
the
pick
3
up
of
the
you are left
compass.
for a moment alone on the sand.
Look at the compass and be like, all right. And we'll hand it to Valentine.
Valentine takes it. She swings it around looking for the next destination.
Yeah, it's leading you back to the boat.
All right, well,
Oh,
let's go then.
Should we go a bit quick smart? I mean, this feels like trial 2 of possibly 3. Last time things got a bit cagey.
I
must sink the shit out of that boat.
Just keep your wits about you.
Gotcha.
She walks off in the sand.
Hey,
and
Red.
Bart, you're alone for a second. Yeah.
I want you to know. Someone ought to know before Valentine kills me in some nefarious plot to succeed in this.
Oh, me too, probably.
I've had pineapple before.
No.
I'm terribly allergic, though, and I vowed to just destroy every pineapple I can. I had such a bad allergic reaction. My entire body swelled up. I foamed at the mouth, and for a moment, I saw it. My end. I saw God or the devil or whatever waits for all of us at the end of the great sailor's journey. And it was in that moment I knew that I would live forever as long as I didn't consume another bite of that pineapple.
That's
And
scientific.
so it's been my mission to just destroy it so I can live forever and usurp God, that ugly bastard, at the end of the journey. Triumphant that all pineapples laid vanquish. So I want you to know that before I die, that is what I believed in. Was that as long as I never consumed pineapple, I'd be okay. But after seeing all of this, I think I was really fucking wrong about that. And it's all been worthless. Anyway, thanks for listening.
And Bart's gonna pat
Valentine?
him on the shoulder.
Valentine's on the boat pulling up the anchor.
Yeah. Except Valentine, the minute you get to the top of the deck, Valentine, you're climbing sort of hand over hand to get to the top
I'm
deck.
so
of the ship.
tired.
Yeah, and as you like get up to the top deck, it feels odd. Everything's sort of bathed not in a purplish glow, but sort of like a blue hue. And you sort of walk up on the ship and you look around for King Charles and Arnie, and they don't seem to be immediately around you. And Red and Bart, as you kind of approach, you climb yourself up to the ship as well, and like almost like being sucked through a portal. You're like, and you're on top of the deck, and it's all bathed in this blue hue, and you see Valentine there as well, but she looks different. And Valentine, you spin around to see Red and Bart, and they look different too, slightly, almost imperceptibly.
Well, let's get a move on.
I think that would be good to get a move on.
We should definitely, all of us,
Right.
together,
Yes.
get going.
I'll approach the anchor now,
And
and we'll start
Red-
frantically pulling it up.
Yeah, as you go to walk to the anchor, you realize it's like on the other side of the ship.
Oh, it's on the
like
wrong
stupid.
side?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You sort of stop, and that's when you sort of turn around and you look at Valentine again and Bert again, and it sort of dawns on you that they're reversed. The birthmark that Valentine has just over her eye, the scar that Bart has under his nose, they're just mirrored. Everything seems to be mirrored.
He'll go to lift his left hand. Which
Yeah.
hand moves?
Your right hand.
Oh, fuck, we're fucking reversed!
What do you mean?
Lift your left hand!
Yeah, you both realize that you're lifting your rights.
Oh, fuck!
Ah, no!
But the boat itself also seems a little off. The deck seems wet. There's some barnacles in the mast, and you see King Charles sort of walking off from the side. Everything's sort of, it's hazy, not misty, but hazy. And he sort of walks in and says,
everyone's acting a little screwy, and Jalag's scar wound switch sides.
So if we're on the barnacle side, and the barnacle side is normally in the water, that means that we're actually in the water, which is why everything's reversed. So we have to climb onto the bottom of the ship?
Is the anchor going up or down?
seems like the anchor's still going down.
We can breathe okay?
Yeah. And as you sort of look back towards the island you just got off of, it's gone. And you look over this hazy side to see nothing. No water, no sand, just haze.
That was a good thing, though, James. Like, that was a good brainwave.
I'm really
I like
glad
that.
Harlan jumped in there with some narration, because I was about to just dive off the side of the ship.
Yeah, it would be interesting. You can
It
still do
would. It would, wouldn't it?
Can I take a quick look at the chest? Are those lights lighting up?
Yeah, you don't know where the chest is. Arnie had it.
Bummer. Arnie, where's the chest?
He went into the captain's quarters, I think.
I'm gonna go in there.
Yeah. You sort of...
Arnie?
Everything feels muted almost, and you walk in, not silent, but like duller, you know? And you walk down the steps and into the captain's quarters, and you see Arnie standing there. He sort of got a bewildered look on his face, and on the desk of the captain, you see the chest. And 2 of the 3 lights are lit up. One green and one purple.
Is there still the note that says "Sink me"?
You walk over to the note, and it's written backwards. And that's when you catch Arnie's gaze again, and he's kind of wide-eyed. I think the captain is okay. And he turns to the chair that's behind the desk once again, and you see the captain's eye blink. And he sort of twitches a little bit, and as his jaw moves, and he like spits out a little bit of stuffing. And Bart and Red walk back into the captain's quarters. He says,
So it's just the 5 of you left then.
Well, Jalag's still... yes, it's 5, sure. Almost 5. 5 and a bit.
Red, Bart, Valentine. Have a seat. Hey, hand me that grog over there, will ya?
you know, like looks towards the corner where there's like a half bottle of rum or something.
Oh, the rum actually is nice.
Someone in your condition shouldn't be drinking rum, boy.
Just pour a little down me gullet, Bart.
Yeah, Bart grabs the rum, and as he's pouring it in the captain's mouth,
I just like pouring down the back of the chair.
Captain, I have a confession to make. I used your pistol.
That's okay. It was a gift from me dad. Hey, Dad. Hey, son.
Says King Charles from the back. Tips his hat.
Got your hat back, I see. Well done. Well, I appreciate you coming to save me.
Yes, that's exactly what we've been doing this entire time.
How are you talking right now, this? How are you doing that, what you're doing right now?
Oh, well, you know, I tried to open the chest, and, well, matter doesn't matter in the realm of the chest. That is to say, don't open it. And that's why I made that very clear letter there. I don't remember writing it backwards, but that's why I made that very clear letter there that says, "Sink me," obviously referring to the chest.
And when you tried to open the chest, Captain, were all 3 lights lit?
No. This was not the way it was meant to be. See, this chest is, well, it holds everything.
What?
Everything.
What is everything?
Yes, quite.
Valentine sits back and puts her feet up on the desk in front of her.
Well, I'll give you an example. Bart, name something.
Pineapple.
Yes. Red, name something as well.
Me?
Yes.
Another pineapple.
Well, let's branch beyond pineapples, Valentine. Name
Alright.
something.
Sorry.
As many galleons as I can carry in a lifetime.
Yes. Arnie, get a little esoteric with it, will you?
And Arnie says, true love.
Yes. Great answer. Yes. You see that chest there? It holds everything. All of it. Everything. Every emotion, every thought, every dream, every pineapple, every galleon, every star, every sun, every drop of water is in that chest.
So it's like a world. Is that
No,
what
no,
you're saying?
no. It's not the world. A world is a thing. It has parts of it, but it's everything.
Captain, why would you try to open that then?
This was my folly. See, I realized too late. And that is why I wrote that down. Sink me. Don't open the chest, Bob.
Okay, so here's... Captain, let's say we didn't sink the chest, and let's say instead we were boarded by creatures from a nightmare dimension, fought a bunch of demon spider starfish, bargained with several other demons, and have acquired 2 out of 3 gems. And every gem we acquire makes one of those little gems glow on the chest. What would happen if we did the 3rd gem? If you've been inside the chest, if you've seen what is inside the chest, obviously you would know the answer to this, right?
No. I haven't seen inside the chest. My condition is because I sought one of said gems. This one.
and he opens up the other eye, which is sort of like fused in with the back of the chair, and you see the leaking blue light. And he closes it quickly.
The blue gem. I take it to mean that you found the other 2.
We
Aye.
have.
Yes. Well, this one cost me my matter, if you get my meaning.
And he tries to like move his arm, and it just squeaks within the leather of the chair.
But I need to stress that in my time, my contemplative time, and my death, ultimate death, I want to really put home the point that you can't open this chest. Everything exists in there. If you open it, it all goes.
How do you know this, Captain? How do we know this isn't some kind of clever riddle meant to keep the world's riches from our fingertips?
Well, the world's riches are in there, but if you open them, they no longer become in existence, you know? You all just stop.
We just stop. Everything stops because
Well,
everything
yes, if you
is
open
in...
a box with everything, then where does it go, you know?
Everywhere.
I'm not where I follow you.
You don't follow me. Well, okay. Put it this way. Imagine the whole world is a creature's dream. Yes? Everything that exists is the imagination of a sleeping, slumbering creature, right? But what happens when you wake the creature?
They
Tells
remember their
you about
dream.
its dream.
No. The dream stops. Existence stops. If you open the chest with everything, everything ceases to exist.
So, Captain, here's the problem we have here, is that right now, where we are, there is nothing. Right? We have the ship, and for a moment more, we have you. Now, if I have to spend all of the rest of forever aboard this damn cursed vessel with some of the worst scallywags I've ever met and read, I think I would prefer nothing.
Well, You don't have to stay here. You throw the damn chest back overboard. Sink me.
Captain, why were you pursuing this treasure?
Bart, what do you want more than anything?
Tell the truth, Bart. The whole truth.
Don't make me do it, Red.
You can do this.
I want every goddamn pineapple on this great blue marble to be destroyed.
Can't believe it. Brave. My son just like me.
What?
Another time. Red, what do you want more than anything?
Do you know what, Captain? I want a life off this ship. I know we're in the middle of some fucking weird curse now, but I've been cooking your grog for years now. And I want out. I want a nice, easy life. Away from you. Probably away from everyone here.
Yes.
That's what I want.
Also, I've been meaning to tell you, you don't cook grog. Valentine, what about you? What do you
I've
want
been
more than
cooking it.
anything?
Shit.
I want enough money, enough gold to clear my name in every port, in every city on this damned planet, so that I can walk a free woman again.
And Annie?
Toothbrush.
Right. Simple. I like that. All of that lies in that chest. How enticing. Right?
Aye.
That's why I wanted the chest, Valentine. Because everyone wants everything. But the truth of the matter is, you can't have everything. Because when you have everything, you have nothing. And nothing is left. You don't have to believe a dead, infused to the chair, dying man. In the end, it won't make a difference to me. Non-existence is the same as this existence once you're done here. But I highly recommend you throw that thing back into the sea so no one gets everything.
And he opens his eye.
So we throw it back into the sea. We theoretically go back to what we had. We take that fucking gem out of his eye. Mystery box. I don't know about you two. 3, 4, 5. I'm open to taking that stupid eye out of his head. If that's what we all agree to.
I mean, yes, about the eye.
I like it. Aye.
The way I see it, old Captain just told me that if I open that box, we get everything, or everything ends. So I think I win either way. Pineapples will be gone one way or the other, and that's all right with me.
Arnie?
No, I think you should throw it overboard. I like life.
Noted. King Charles?
I think if that box contains everything, and you open it, then life as we know it will stop. And I think that's probably a bad thing. But what do I know? I'm just Chief Medical Officer of the Royal Navy.
He walks outside.
Jalik, say aye!
He's dead, by the way.
Oh, fuck. Should let the corn skewers in. Seems it's just us and Arnie's dissenting opinion.
You do you. And he walks out.
I think
If
that
I'm
leaves
going
it
to
3
not
2.
exist in 2 minutes, I'm going to go hug King Charles.
Aww. We've
So
seen
pure.
some pretty fucked up things today.
Aye.
Things that I never thought would exist. And the part of me that wants to see inside this box is the part of me that thinks that our captain is a lying sack of shit who wants to punish us for mutiny and worse by asking us to get rid of this box by throwing it overboard. He would be denying us the greatest treasures that we can fathom.
Just because he can't have them. If he can't have them, no one can.
Exactly. However, some of the things we've seen today have changed. Well, changed my mind about the way that this world works. So maybe there's an element of truth to this. Red Legs, are you really ready to throw it all away?
Red is torn. If we throw it overboard, we all leave the boat. We get off to go our own separate ways. Take whatever we can find on the boat in terms of treasure, split it equally. How does that sound?
Split it amongst yourselves and leave me the boat.
I'm fine with that.
I
Queen Lady's always been good to me. And she looks down at the captain and shakes her head. You son of a bitch. All right. We'll
the
sink the
deck,
damn
then.
thing.
All right.
3 of you pick up the chest and carry it out to the top deck. And with 3 heaves and a hoe, toss the chest back into the gray nothingness that surrounds the boat. And through a blink, nothing more, you're greeted by the warm sun. You see no bubbles. You see no ripples, no rising water from where the chest may have landed. Only the warm, welcoming sea surrounding you, and the boat gently rocking back and forth on the waves. And I think we're going to end it there.
Cool.
wonderful.
Great job, everyone.
That was great.
Nice.
Good game. Good game.
Very fun. Sink me. Da, 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 da.
Wow.
I need a bam. So there you go.
We'll
That
get
was
you a trombone.
Sink Me, the RPG pirate adventure.
Pirate aliens.
Pirate alien
Pirate
adventure.
alien.
Sure.
That was great.
How close
Tomb
did you
Raider.
want to open it?
Oh,
Very nice.
I was ready to go against the other two. After my
As-
big long spiel about how if I get rid of all the pineapples, I become a god, it was so tempting.
I
It
know.
seemed so right in the moment, but
I couldn't kill poor Arnie.
Yeah,
That
That's
was
what
what
did it for me.
when he's like, "I'm going to hug somebody." It's like, oh, I can't.
God
can't
damn
really-
it.
fuck! Pirates have feelings.
Yeah. You never know.
That
It's
was
a
really
great
good, though.
unknown.
That was so
Yeah.
good.
That was great.
I'm
game.
glad you had fun. That was brought about by me being like, I want to do something with pirates. And then when Joe was in the bathroom, like 2 hours before we started, I was like, what is the
What's the
weirdest
opposite of
matchup?
pirates?
I was like, what's the opposite of pirates? And she's like, I don't know. I was like, maybe aliens? And she's
That's
like,
fair.
well, then she was like, oh, kind of Cthulhu. And I was like, oh, yeah, Cthulhu. I was like, that's kind of fun. Like a pirate-themed Cthulhu. I was like,
I
I'll
said
do it.
race car drivers, but
You just said race car drivers, but then I was like, that's not really a genre.
They're just in
I
like the
didn't-
lifeboats.
I didn't know you were talking like
no, I know. But
genres. I thought you were just talking what
You're
thing is
100%
the
right.
opposite of.
Fast and the Furious
Yeah.
boats.
Yeah.
I'd watch that.
I mean, next mashup.
it's about
Why
Great
not?
job,
family.
everyone. Very fun, hilarious, great characters, weird tone, but in the perfect
It was
way.
good. It was really
Classic Invictus game. About 6 dice rolls between the 3 of us.
Yeah, solid.
But yeah,
No
that-
It was a lot of
system.
fun.
that is it from us. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary friends, this has been an absolute blast. We're going to be doing more RPGs, so stick around and hang out. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up so that we know that we're doing a good thing. But yeah, that is it from us. Have a wonderful rest of your night and a wonderful rest of your week. I think we're going to be streaming Friday night, doing some spooky games, so come by, say hi. That is the end of that. As my good friend Gary always likes to say,
You can cook grog. You can. You can cook it. Cook your grog.
cook your grog, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.